Hey, this is Gary here at La Forêt. I hope this is recording, and please excuse the microphone sound because I'm only using the laptop. I wanted to do a quick thing here, and you can already see on the screen. Now, I did quite a rant yesterday, which we put on the Telegram channel. Well, before we get into this fella here, this guy, just wanted to, we're right every single time, right? So when we did our old thing about old Mr. SarKoZy, right? And we said, it's all a scam, right? Everything these clowns do is a scam, right? So Serge, all right, Serge, he said to me a little while ago, he goes, they took pictures of him coming out of his house 3 days after he was supposed to be going to jail. Right, well, anyway, he's been let out already. So 20 days in of a 5-year prison sentence, he was let out. Okay, here it is, look, released from prison. There he is with his boyfriend, this, whatever that thing is. Nice hair, but really? Come on. Now we know why this person was smiling, don't we? So there you go, there's another scam, right? Another giant scam. It's always the same, and people suck it up like a sponge every single time. Le Monde, which means the world. 3 weeks in a prison sentence. Apparently, he's written a book from his upcoming book about his, and like Serge said, he wrote a book in 6 weeks. Sorry, in 3 weeks. And of course, it's 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks. There's always the 3 in there. Right, that was the first thing. Now on to the serious stuff. This bastard here, and excuse my language because I clocked this clown right back in the original day of the 91 divot, right? So we saw this bloke, English bloke, right? Now, people out there will know who this is, Mr. CamP Bell, right? Lorimer, John Lorimer, good old British name, right? Now, we don't need to go into this because I'm just going to keep this really short, okay? So this bloke here, right? And like I said, as soon as I saw him spouting out and pushing the agenda, I thought, right, straight away, this guy is a crook, right? He's a crook, straight away. Now, this wiki page, right? So look at this. This is from last updated September 2024. Just happens to have 3.13 million. There's your 33s again. 3 million subscribers, 750 million views. Here it says 789 million views. Right, so this bloke, who has no medical experience whatsoever, basically he apparently was a nurse training guy, which basically means, in my opinion, showing them how to make beds and administer poisonous drugs to them. Now, as far as I'm concerned, this bloke is an actor, and he's another one who, if there is any justice, will be hanging from the yardarm, hopefully by his feet. So it takes a really long time for him to hang and realise what he has done and what he has been involved in. So I won't go into this. But anyway, his videos received praise for what he was pushing. So he was pushing the agenda, right? Well, anyway, over the last sort of 6 weeks, there's been 3 things that have come up. One of them is the Ms. Wolf, a very dodgy individual who was at the EU Parliament talking about a certain person from the EU Parliament, knowing that basically they were going to poison a load of people, right? That's what that was all about. Where has that gone? Disappeared. And then you find out that this Ms. Wolf is all chummy with the Clintons. So there you go with that. There you go. Strike number 1. Then what just recently came up was, again, at the Senate in the US, they are talking about how the mRNA has now been proven that it has caused more blood clots in people than in any medical documentation, history, whatever you want to call it. So there's number 2. And then, I don't know why this popped up, but it popped up. This clown is now telling his subscribers that, according to Japanese evidence now, they're all going to die. All the people that have had this particular thing are going to die. Their lives have been extremely shortened. Now, as I've said, if we take old mine and Serge's or Serge and mine's 10% rule, is it real? Or are these people just trying to, once again, scare the living crap out of people? So there's both sides of that, whatever way you want to look at it. But nevertheless, that is what this video was about. And this bloke, he had, if you remember, anybody who remembers this, he had the stupid little stuffed dog with the gimp mask on, right? And he was wanging it out about follow the procedures, trust the science, listen to the gov, all this kind of crap. So basically, he pushed people into this, and now he's telling them this is not good, which I suspected was going to happen anyway. And I said this a long time ago, right? Okay, I said that's what they're going to do. They're going to do the old switcheroo, right? It makes my blood boil. It really does. So when you scroll down here, right, and then you look at this bloke, right? So here we go here. Look what it says here. In August 2020, UNICEF's regional office for Europe and Central Asia cited his YouTube channel as an excellent example of how experts might engage with social media to combat misinformation. So he's involved with UNICEF. We know about UNICEF, don't we? We know about all these organisations with these abbreviated names, right? And then we go down a little bit further and we find out, where is it? Here we go. So he pushed the whole thing in the first place, and then he openly published whatever it is here, that he became a, remember this word here, anti whatever, yeah, the anti whatever, collectively constitutes the movement is a set of organised activists expressing opposition to the Britney Spears concert, right? But when we go down here a little bit further, and I probably can't find it now, where is it? Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Can't find it now. Isn't that typical? But anyway, in this piece of paper here, this document here, you can read up on it. He's also pally with Russell Brand. You know, and in itself, that tells you straight away that he's obviously one of them, right? But what made me laugh about it is that, like I said, I can't find it now. It's typical, but you read it yourself. You know what it is. What's funny about it is when I looked at and I wrote on there, which I don't often do anymore, but I wrote on there and I said, you, sir, you knew exactly what you were doing, and all these people that subscribed to your channel went along with it, and now you're telling them it was a mistake, really? Right? And there are going to be people out there who defend clowns like this, right? This bloke is an actor. He's an asset to this situation. Here we are again talking about the old the old what's it pox and all this, the what's it pox outbreak, another load of made up bullshit, right? Here you go. There it is here. Okay. He is a devout Christian, and in December, so if he's a devout Christian, He would never have pushed this in the first place, because if you read in the Bible, it tells you about pharmakia, right? And also in an interview with Russell Brand, that clown, right? Okay, we all know about the old Russell. In fact, I used to quite like him. And I don't think he's the same person anymore. I think he's a different bloke. But anyway, what I wanted to say was, when I looked at the comments, there wasn't one comment that said, hang on a minute, mate, you were pushing this, right? And maybe some of his videos will be taken down. And, you know, the ones that are like self-incriminating. But I've got videos of him sitting there telling people, don't visit people, stay away from people, you're all that shit, right? And there he is, the English version of you know who, and he's spilling the beans. And now there's a lot of people, as I said to old Serge earlier on today, whose arseholes have puckered up because this clown is now telling his subscribers. Now you think about how many subscribers this bloke has got. The number is far higher now than it was before. These subscribers are now starting to sweat a bit, because he's pulling the wool over their eyes again and telling them that, oh, by the way, I was wrong in the first place. You listened to me, and now maybe this is not going to be good for you. And I think this is why, like I said, none of these people are to be trusted. If they have a massive amount of subscribers and they've never been taken down, then you know why. And this one yesterday, and I also posted it on the Telegram channel, pissed me right off. So there we go. Let's see what else comes from this. Anyway, there we go. Thanks for listening in, and there you go.